So, two more things that I want to cover about docs. One is if you share the doc with somebody, you can actually tag them in a comment. And what that's going to do is send that person, student or teacher, an email with a link directly back to that exact location in the document. I thought this was really cool, and then I showed a bunch of people, and now every time I'm not at a meeting with those people, they keep tagging me in things to do. Because you know that's what happens. Like if you don't go to meetings, you have to do all the things. But so if I highlighted, let's just highlight part of these words right here. Insert, comment. And then I start typing. I'm going to do the plus sign. That's kind of how you start. And then I get the last people I've communicated with in Gmail, actually. So if I pick Josh Leckenstein, who's one of my systems engineers, I can comment, and it's going to send him an email that says, Erin has something she wants you to look at on this, and take him straight there. Now, what I really like about Google is, let's say I try to tag this person who doesn't actually have access to this file yet, and Google's like, hey, heads up, you are trying to tag someone in a comment, you haven't even given them access to see this file yet. How do you want to fix that? So just turn it on so anybody can comment, or what do you want to do? Okay. So Google's always looking out for you, which I appreciate. It's like when Microsoft and Gmail, when you like are typing an email and you say, I have attached the blah, 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 and then you didn't attach anything, and you go to send it, it's like, hey, you said the word attached, do you actually want to put something in? They're just trying to make sure we look right. Well, they know we've got too much stuff going on. Okay, so that's one thing. But another thing that I think is really cool about Google Docs, as opposed to Word, when your kids are using it, is this thing called revision history, okay? So in the revision history, and you guys know with Word, when you make a mistake, you can do edit, undo, right? It's not a big deal. But if you have saved, and then you need to undo like from before that save, you know, Microsoft Word just laughs at you and says like, this is not a thing we're letting you do, right? But with Google Docs, you can actually go all the way back to the very first iteration of the document when it was just a blank document, okay? And you can see, like, basically second by second, every change that was made on that document, okay? And you can revert back to any of those changes. So let's say that you have 4 kids working on a group project. One of them starts a Google slide deck, shares it with the other 3. They're all working simultaneously, okay? One of those kids, she's not very nice. I'm sure you don't have not nice kids. They're all in Jessup County, but let's just pretend. So one of those kids is not nice. When everybody's done, she does select all and hits delete. You go to grade it and it's blank, okay? Not only can you see who did it, you can actually pull it back up to the minute before she took it all away and see what was there, okay? We actually had some high school kids in Jessamine County who had started a Google Doc, and they were using it like basically as like a chat. And they were saying some not very nice things and putting in some not very nice pictures. And then at the end, they just deleted it. And so I pulled up the revision history, and when the principal showed them the pictures, they were like, where did you get that? Are you a time traveler? We deleted that 5 minutes ago. But I want you to watch this. Now, this is something that I just did myself, just for just to show in trainings. But so I've got this little story here about, or this little paper here about Abraham Lincoln, okay? So I'm going to, there's a couple different ways to get to revision history. At the top where it says all changes saved in Drive, I can just click on that. It's the easiest way. And it goes all the way back to June 2nd, 2017 at 8:28 a.m., okay? That's when I first started this paper about Abraham Lincoln. That's a long time ago, right? I can go all the way back that far. So I'm going to click on it, and it's going to show me this is what it first looked like when I started. Well, that makes sense, right? Because when you start something, it's blank. So now, that was 8:28. So now I'm going to go here, 8:35 a.m., okay? And I open that, and I can see, so at 8:30, it looked like this, okay? I got a title, and I got a sentence. Abraham Lincoln was born February 12, 1809 in Hodgenville, Kentucky. He was the son of, okay, it cuts off right, it's kind of awkward. Just cuts off after son of. Okay, it's not going to say anything bad. So that's at 8:30. Later at 8:30, same minute, okay, I've got his parents' names. Okay? You guys with me? You're like, why are you showing me this, Aaron? Okay. 8:32, 8:33, 8:34, 8:34 again. 8:35, I've got this. All right? My next thing is still 8:35, right? So we've got less than 60 seconds later, and it looks like this. Gosh, I typed that real fast. Or, what did I do? Copied and pasted it. We have English teachers who catch their kids plagiarizing. Because there's an add-on that you can get called Draft Back, and it will play it back to you. It will play, like you'll see the letters pop up and then delete if they deleted them. And then just like, at the end, it's like, boom, there's that paragraph. Okay? So this is why I love kids using it. I actually also had an English teacher last May contact me and say, okay, here's the deal. Final project in my English class, group project. 3 kids in a group. 2 groups turned in the exact same paper. Now, I know which group's paper it really was because I've been grading these kids writing all year, and I know it was like these 3 little girls that wrote this paper. But these 3 little boys had the same copy. So I want to know how that happened. And, like, not something that you guys can do, but as, like, the Google administrator, I said, give me the file name and the dates to when you think it happened. And he sent me that, and I ran a report in the admin console, and I was like, well, Susie gave, Johnny read access on Tuesday, May 1st, and then, Sally gave Billy edit access. And so you could just see, like, all the permission changes. So it's really a great way, and, I've had teachers say, this file is just gone. Like, I was working on this file yesterday, and now it's just disappeared. I'm like, okay, what's the file name? And I'll pull it up in my report and say, okay, well, you deleted it last night, Or it was in a team drive and somebody else deleted it last night, okay? So it's a really good way to kind of keep, not in a like big brother watching everything you do kind of way, but just in a way to keep everybody safe and on the up and up kind of way. That's why I like kids using it. Okay, we're going to jump to forms. So forms.google.com. Are we using Google Forms? Okay. Google Forms is actually the first thing we used, and it was our special ed teachers. That's the very first Googly thing we did years and years ago, like probably over 10 years ago, just to collect data on kids because it's just so easy to do that. So, new form, really simple to do. I won't walk through like all of this. But lots of different question types. They actually keep adding new question types. So you can have short answer, multiple choice, checkbox. You can actually have them upload a file now. That's a new thing. Scale, grids, date, time. Okay. You can set forms up as quizzes so that they're automatically graded, so you don't have to do any work, which is real nice. All of the responses come into a sheet that you can then sort or graph or whatever. It also will graph for you automatically the responses. Let me pull up a form with some data in it. Okay, so this is our Teacher of the Year nomination in Jessamine County. So if I go to the response page, so it's a very easy form for parents to fill out. They can do it on their phone. They can do it on the computer. Okay, just real simple to set up. And then we just have this giant list of teachers. We sort by school, send it to the principals. But I can, if I go to show summary of responses, I can actually see, like, so let me see what school has the most nominations. Well, at 24.5% is Brookside Elementary. Okay, this tiny one here, the Providence School, they only have 2 nominations. So it automatically graphs this for us. We don't have to do that. It's really nice about forms. It'll just graph things automatically. And then if it's not something graphable, such as what are the unique teaching qualities that make this teacher worthy of being Teacher of the Year, it just lists them. But if it's a multiple choice question, it'll graph it for you automatically.
Can you put me on the same page? I can't figure it out.
Great way to collect data. Great way to give your kids a quick assessment. Literally the simplest Google product to use, I think. We use it for basically everything in Justin County. Questions about forms. I just want to make sure that you've seen it. I've seen a lot of head nodding, so I think you guys are probably familiar with it. Okay. Flying through here. Okay, let's talk a little bit about some of the extra things you can do in Google. So your basic Google Suite is like your docs and your forms and your slides and your sheets and those things. And then Google has lots of extras that you can add on. And I had a principal once say, oh, so it's like when you get a car and you can oh, I want heated seats. Oh, I want remote start. You don't have to have them, but they make your experience a lot nicer. And I was like, oh, stealing that. I love that analogy. So I'm going to show you. So there's 3 different ways you can kind of beef up your Google products. And so you have add-ons, and then you have extensions, and then you have Google Apps, okay? So Google Apps are basically think about an app on your phone or an iPad. It's just like a standalone program. That Lucid Charts that I was talking about earlier that kind of works like Publisher, that's a Google app. It's basically just its own program. The 2 main that people use are Chrome extensions and add-ons, okay? So they both give you extra functionality, but they're a little bit different in that, so Chrome extensions, they run on the Chrome browser, okay? And they work over anything that you could do in Chrome. So any website, you're not limited really at all to kind of where they'll work. And then you have add-ons, and those are program specific. So if you have an add-on for Google Docs, it's not going to work in Google Slides, okay? Because it's its own thing, all right? So Chrome extensions are some of the things that I use the most. They make my life a lot easier. They save me time. Sometimes they just save me maybe 15 seconds of time, but when that happens 20 times a day, it adds up to getting a little bit more time back, okay? So I'm going to show you some different Chrome extensions that I really like. After I'm done showing you, I will show you where you go to get them, because I'm smart enough to know that if I show you where to get them now, you'll quit listening to me and start trying to find them, okay? It's not my first rodeo, you guys. Okay, so Chrome extensions. They live up here in the toolbar. If you notice, at the top of my Chrome, you can see a lot of symbols, right? A lot of symbols, and not a lot of words. So the first thing, how many of you use Chrome as your primary browser? Good. Okay. Always make sure that you're signed into Chrome. When you sign into Chrome, that's going to make your experience identical regardless of what machine you're on. So this is my work laptop and I'm signed into my work Chrome here, but if I go home and sign into my work Chrome, it's going to be identical, okay, as far as bookmarks and Chrome extensions. So my bookmarks I've got 3 bookmarks folders. One says GAFE, that's Google Apps Education. One says E-Rate, you don't want to know what that is, it's awful, it's budgeting stuff. One says miscellaneous, okay, that's everything else. And then I have a whole bunch of symbols, right? Because I learned a trick. When you bookmark a site in Chrome, if you delete the words that go with it, it just bookmarks the site icon. And if you know that site icon by sight, you can fit so many more bookmarks on your bookmark bar, right? Now also, mine are in Roy G. Biv order, I know, okay? It's fine, judge away, I don't care, okay. So, let me show you how this works. So, if I wanted to bookmark, let's bookmark the Herald Leader website. So, I'm going to go, somebody's real excited about this. I'm going to go to Kentucky.com. I'm going to click this star right here to bookmark the site. And it's going to want to name it Central Kentucky Breaking News, Sports, and Weather. I'm just going to delete those words, okay, and say done. And now it's right down here. It's just bookmarked. You really can't see it, but that's HL, Herald Leader. Okay? So, this is Gmail. This is Google Keep. This is, I work with the academic team. This is Infinite Campus. This is Google Classroom. Like, I know them by sight, so why do I need the words? I don't need the words to tell me this is the KDE website. I know their logo. So now I can just fit more things. Okay? So that's a helpful tip, I think. Okay, so those are my bookmarks. Now, right above those bookmarks are my Chrome extensions. So they live just to the right of the URL bar, okay? So they're all these things right here. And I've got a lot of them, all right? So I'm just going to talk about them left to right, okay? So the very first one I have, I can zoom in here. Let me see if I can zoom. Whoops. No, it's just zooming. Okay, I didn't think it was going to. Okay, so I'm just going to start here. So that one's called Google Docs Quick Create. Because I live in an all Google world and don't use Microsoft Office at all, if I click this button, it'll say, oh, hi, Erin. It doesn't really say. I like to imagine it says that. Oh, hi, Erin. What do you want to make today? And I'm like, oh, I want to make a drawing. Thanks for asking. And then it just starts it for me. So I don't have to go like drawings.google.com, no. It just saves me a little bit of time. Okay. The next, are you guys a Gmail district or are you stay with Microsoft? Okay. So the next one's Google Calendar. I'll skip that because you're not using it. The next one is AdBlock. Okay?
I have a quick question on bookmarks.
Yeah.
So how did you get them up there? See, I have to go up, I don't know, you probably know exactly what I'm doing, but the little drop down and then click bookmarks and then they pop up here.
I think it's View and then Show Bookmark Bar.
View and Show Bookmark. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, try that. Yeah.
We do have some people that use Google Calendar though.
Oh, okay. So that next one, you can see it says like 18H. That means I don't have anything on my calendar for 18 more hours. Okay. So it pops up and it always has little tiny numbers and a letter that tells me like how many minutes away my next meeting is or whatever. It's just a nice reminder. It's always there. Okay, that third one over that looks like a stop sign with a hand on it. That one's called Ad Blocker. Guess what it does? So excited. Guess what that means? You can show YouTube videos without ads playing. You can listen to Pandora without ads playing. You can. Oh, somebody's paying attention. You can go to the Herald Leader website without all those ads just like playing and stuff just like popping up, okay? What's really interesting is that it counts up actually as it blocks ads. So I'm just going to go to the Herald Leader website. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I've been on this website for 30 seconds. It's blocked 6 ads already. Okay? It just does it, and it's amazing. Okay? Now, I will tell you, when I show you how to get to it, in a minute, and you download it first, because it's going to be the first one you download, it pops up and says, like, blah, blah, you should really pay for this, blah, blah. You just say, you can say it out loud if you want to. Like, you just say, I am a poor teacher, I'm giving you no money, and you just close that tab out, okay? We push it down to all 8,000 of our kids, all of our teachers, nobody pays for it, they're trying to guilt you into it. We pay for enough stuff for our classroom out of pocket. Don't you feel bad about using AdBlock, okay? Okay, so that's AdBlock. This next one is Read Write Google. This is a text-to-speech reader, but it also does a picture dictionary, which Melissa asked me to show you guys. So and like I said, these are Chrome extensions, so they work on Chrome. So I can pull up an article on the Herald Leader website, or I can pull up a Google Doc. It's going to work the same way, okay? I just need something with words on it. So let's say that I told my kids, my students, I want you to read this article. Here's my toolbar. I just hit it and it popped up. How many toolbars does one person need? Okay, so I'm going to read this article. Oh, can I get something that's not sad? Oh, I like this. Makes me laugh. This kid did a science fair project. Is Tom Brady a cheater? This makes me laugh. Okay, so I don't know where he. Mill Creek Elementary. I didn't know he was a Lexington kid. I saw it. Okay, so let me get my toolbar again. So let's say that I asked my kids, like, I want you to read this article and highlight the words you don't know, okay? Or you could do this as their teacher, pull out vocabulary words, okay? So I'm going to highlight science. I'm just going to double click and I'm going to click this yellow arrow. Let's do school. And let's do victory. Okay? And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this button right here which says vocabulary. And what it's gonna automatically do is take those 3 words, put them into a Google Doc that has the word, a picture of the word, and then the definition of the word.
What's that name?
Do it again.
Oh, look at the picture for victory. I wonder what it was gonna be.
Yeah,
That's adorable.
Let's repeat what you just said.
Change it
Back it up,
down.
Buttercup, rewind, let's go.
Okay.
I don't have a
Now, let me preface by saying this. All teachers get this for free. Okay? It's Text Help is the website that they make the extension. You have to sign up for a teacher account on their site for free. Students have to pay for this feature. Some of the features are free, but this feature is not. But you can do it for them. Okay, Text Help, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Again, it works on anything. So actually, let me pull up. I'll just pull up this writing rubric from earlier. So I'm gonna open my toolbar. Maybe. Okay. So I'm going to highlight, and you can pick any color you want, but you just highlight words, as many as you want, and then there's just a button that's called vocabulary. And when you click it, it just pulls every word you highlighted, opens a Google Doc, and makes that chart with the word, the picture, and the definition.
Whoa.
I like that.
So-
And what's nice is like if you do, like if one of the words is water, it's like the ocean, a raindrop, a cup of water. So it's like different things. Yeah.
On the chart that it creates, can you then right-click on one of the pictures and change it out with another picture?
Oh,
Like a
I'm
sign,
sure.
for example?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Or even just insert a new one.
okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to like click
You did.
open Google Doc. You
No,
just
it's
highlighted
magic.
and opened
Yeah.
Google Doc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic. It also will, like you can actually, and you can just look up one word at a time also. So if I go back to, let me just look up Illinois.